Chapter 2, The One They Left Behind. The tracking hounds refused to enter Whisperwood Forest. Both animals stopped at the exact point where the eastern road passed beneath the first ancient trees. Their bodies lowered. Their ears flattened. A warning growl vibrated inside their chests. The Ironcrest party's scout pulled their leads. Move. The hounds dug their claws into the earth. Behind them, morning sunlight covered the open hills in gold. Ahead, the forest appeared almost welcoming. Blue flowers grew beside the path. Bright insects drifted between enormous roots. Silver-green leaves reflected the light, and a clear stream curved beneath a moss-covered stone bridge. It was beautiful. Yet Arin felt something beneath that beauty. A pressure moving through the soil. Slow. Cold. Hungry. Stop pulling them, Arin said. The scout glanced back. You were hired to handle them. I am. Then make them move. Arin placed the supply pack he carried beside the road and approached carefully. The two tracking hounds were lean brown creatures with long ears and white markings around their noses. Thin contract seals glowed beneath the leather collars around their necks. Arin crouched. What do you sense? One hound looked at him. A sharp emotion touched his awareness. Not fear of the trees. Fear of something inside them. Images came in broken impressions. Rotten water. Roots moving where roots should remain still. The scent of dead leaves during the middle of summer. Arin examined the ground. The forest path seemed dry, but a thin black stain ran beneath the moss. It disappeared between the stones like a vein. Something is wrong with this entrance. Derek Walt walked forward. The leader of the Ironcrest party wore dark traveling armor beneath a grey cloak. A heavy sword rested across his back, and an armored dusk wolf stood at his side. The wolf was nearly as large as a horse's foal. Dark metal plates protected its shoulders and chest. A red command seal burned beneath its fur. Derek studied the hounds. They were trained for corrupted zones. Training doesn't make them unable to feel danger. It makes them obey despite it. Derek raised one hand. The contract marks around the hounds' necks brightened. Advance. Both animals whimpered. Their legs moved against their will. Arin's jaw tightened. The hounds crossed beneath the trees. The scout followed them. Derek looked at Arin. We are already behind schedule. Arin lifted the supply pack. Then we should be more careful, not less. Derek's expression remained calm. Carefulness is useful. Hesitation is expensive. He turned and entered the forest. The spearwoman and robed mage followed him. Arin remained at the boundary for one moment. A breeze passed through the colorful leaves. Deep inside Whisperwood, something faint touched his awareness. A frightened pulse. Then it vanished. Arin stepped beneath the trees. Whisperwood changed with every mile. Near the entrance, the forest floor was covered in yellow grass and small wildflowers. Farther inside, trees rose so high that their crowns disappeared into pale mist. Their trunks were wider than houses, and their exposed roots formed natural walls along the path. Floating seeds of green light drifted through the air. Tiny blue birds watched the party from silver branches. A family of round, orange-furred creatures hid beneath a flowering bush as the adventurers passed. Arin had never seen anything like it on Earth. Part of him wanted to stop and study every plant and animal. Ironcrest allowed no such delay. Derek maintained a hard pace. The scout walked in front with the tracking hounds. The spearwoman guarded the supplies. The mage occasionally raised a crystal instrument to measure the surrounding mana. Arin remained near the pack mule. The mule was a sturdy grey animal named Pebble, although no one except Arin used the name. Most of the equipment had been secured too tightly across its back. Arin adjusted the straps while walking. The spearwoman noticed. Derek ordered the packs tied firmly. They were rubbing against its shoulder. It has carried more weight than this. That doesn't stop the strap from hurting. She watched Arin place a folded cloth beneath the leather. You really did work in the guild stables. For 7 years. And after awakening as a tamer, you chose another job carrying feed. I didn't have many offers. For the first time, the spearwoman's expression softened. Most F ranks don't receive any. Derek offered because I was inexpensive. He offered because you were useful. Arin looked toward the party leader. Those can mean the same thing to him. The spearwoman did not disagree. Ahead, one of the tracking hounds suddenly stopped. The scout raised his hand. Everyone became still. A broken stone marker stood beside the path. Vines covered most of its surface, but part of an old symbol remained visible. A tree beneath a crescent moon. The mage brushed away the leaves. I don't recognize the shrine. It isn't on the imperial maps, the scout said. Derek examined the symbol briefly. Our objective lies northeast. Arin moved closer to the marker. The stone felt strangely warm. The moment his fingers touched it, the forest disappeared from his senses. For a heartbeat, he stood before an enormous silver tree. Its branches carried stars instead of leaves. Gentle rain fell through a clear sky. Countless creatures rested among its roots without cages, chains or command seals. Then black cracks spread across the vision. The silver tree withered. The stars went dark. A voice whispered from somewhere beyond the rain. Keeper. Arin pulled his hand away. The vision vanished. Did you hear that? He asked. The others looked at him. Hear what? The mage said. Arin stared at the ancient symbol. Nothing. Derek had already begun walking again. Leave the ruins. We are not treasure hunters. The party moved on. Arin followed, but the word remained inside his mind. Keeper. By midday, the forest became quieter. The blue birds disappeared. The floating light seeds thinned. Even the insects stopped humming. The mage checked his instrument. The mana level is rising. Corruption? Derek asked. Possibly. The reading is unstable. Arin smelled water nearby. The party found a shallow stream flowing between pale stones. The scout knelt and filled his hand. Clear. Don't drink it, Arin said. The scout gave him an impatient look. You have a better water source. Arin pointed toward the far bank. Several tiny frogs lay motionless among the reeds. Their normally green skin had faded to gray. A black film clung to the stones beneath the water. The scout let the water fall from his hand. The mage held his crystal above the stream. Dark mist immediately gathered inside it. Mana contamination. Derek looked upstream. The corrupted zone is closer than the guild estimated. Arin approached one of the frogs. It was still breathing. Barely. He touched its back with one finger. Cold pain entered his hand. Something thin and invasive twisted through the creature's body, draining its natural mana. A faint warmth gathered in Arin's fingertip. The black stain beneath the frog's skin retreated slightly. The creature's leg moved. Arin felt his own strength drain at the same time. He pulled his hand away before he became dizzy. The frog crawled beneath a leaf. The mage stared at him. What did you do? I don't know. You used mana. I hardly have any. That wasn't ordinary healing magic. Derek stepped between them. We are not here to examine his class. He looked toward the darkened stream. Our mission is to locate the center of the disturbance, collect a root sample and mark the boundary. Arin stood. You said this was a survey expedition. It is. You didn't mention taking anything from the corrupted zone. The guild pays more for a physical sample. The answer explained the expensive equipment. It also explained why Derek had hired an inexpensive handler rather than a licensed beast healer. The expedition was more dangerous than he had admitted. You knew the corruption was spreading, Arin said. I knew it might be. And you brought 2 tracking hounds through it. They are guild property. Arin looked at the animals. That doesn't make their pain less real. Derek's eyes hardened. Your responsibility is to keep the animals moving. Mine is to bring this party home. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Derek turned northeast. We continue. They found the first corrupted tree less than an hour later. It stood in the middle of a bright clearing. Half its branches carried green leaves. The other half had turned black. Thick veins moved beneath the bark like worms. Grass around the roots had withered into a perfect circle. The tracking hounds whined. Derek's dusk wolf bared its teeth. The mage held up the measuring crystal. This is the strongest reading yet. The scout moved around the clearing. There's an old stone road on the northern side. Derek removed a small silver container from his pack. Collect a bark fragment. The mage hesitated. Direct contact may trigger a reaction. That is why we brought enchanted tools. Arin stared at the black veins. They did not move randomly. They were responding to the party. Wait. Derek did not look at him. What now? The corruption knows we're here. The scout laughed quietly. It's a diseased tree. No, the roots are shifting beneath us. The spearwoman lowered her weapon. I don't feel anything. Arin did. The sensation traveled upward through his boots. Anger. Hunger. And something that felt almost like grief. Move away from the clearing, Arin said. The mage pressed the enchanted blade against the bark. The tree screamed. It was not a sound carried through the air. It struck directly inside Arin's mind. The ground exploded. Black roots tore through the soil. One wrapped around the mage's ankle and threw him into the grass. The tracking hounds panicked. Derek drew his sword. Defensive formation. His dusk wolf charged. Metal claws cut through the nearest root. Dark liquid sprayed across the ground, burning the flowers wherever it landed. More roots emerged from beneath the clearing. They twisted together, forming the shapes of four-legged beasts. Brier wolves. Their bodies were made of black wood and thorn-covered vines. Empty red light burned inside their faces. The spearwoman struck the first creature through its chest. The scout pulled the injured mage away. Derek's sword released a silver arc, cutting two brier wolves apart. Withdraw to the stone road. Everyone moved north. Arin grabbed Pebble's lead. The mule refused to move, eyes wide with terror. It's all right, Arin said. A root snapped around one of the supply packs. Arin cut the strap with the small stable knife at his belt. The pack disappeared into the corrupted ground. With the weight reduced, Pebble ran. Arin followed. One tracking hound stumbled behind him. Its lead had become trapped beneath a root. The scout shouted from the road. Leave it. Arin stopped. The brier wolves were rebuilding themselves behind him. The hound pulled desperately, choking against its collar. Arin ran back. He sliced through the leather lead. The hound leapt free. A black root struck the ground between them. The force threw Arin sideways. The edge of the old stone road cracked. For one suspended moment, Arin saw Derek reaching toward him. Then the earth collapsed. Arin fell. Branches tore at his clothes. His shoulder struck a root. The world turned green, black and silver. He landed on a narrow slope far below the road. Pain spread through his left side. Loose stones continued falling around him. Above, the Ironcrest party gathered at the broken ledge. Arin, the spearwoman shouted. I'm alive. He tried to stand. His right ankle immediately folded beneath him. The drop had not broken it, but the joint was badly twisted. Derek examined the distance. The slope between them was covered in unstable roots. A deep ravine separated Arin from the remaining path. The scout secured a rope around a tree. We can pull him up. The mage looked behind them. The damaged brier wolves were reforming. More red lights appeared between the trees. We don't have time. Lower the rope, the spearwoman said. The scout threw it. Arin caught the end. He wrapped it around his arm. The first pull lifted him several steps. Then the black roots beneath the ravine moved. One coiled around the rope. Dark corruption raced upward through the fibers. The mage's face changed. Cut it, the corruption will reach us. The spearwoman grabbed the rope. We can still pull him. The roots climbed faster. Derek looked at Arin. His calculation lasted only a second. 4 party members above. 1 F-rank handler below. A growing corrupted zone between them. Derek raised his sword. Derek, don't, the spearwoman said. The blade fell. The rope snapped. Arin slid back down the slope. The severed end landed beside him. For several seconds, no one spoke. The brier wolves moved closer to the ledge. Derek sheathed his sword. If we remain, the entire party will be trapped. The spearwoman stared at him. He saved one of the hounds. And now the hound is safe. Arin looked up. So that's it. Derek's expression remained controlled, but his voice lowered. Head west. The forest boundary is less than 12 miles away. With this ankle, I cannot risk 4 lives for one. You could have said that before I signed your contract. Derek did not answer. The mage shouted a warning. A brier wolf leapt onto the stone road. Derek's dusk wolf intercepted it. Move, Derek ordered. The scout hesitated, then followed. The mage went next. The spearwoman remained at the edge for one final moment. She removed a small pouch from her belt and threw it down. It landed several meters from Arin. Bandages and firestones, she called. Then Derek pulled her away. The Ironcrest party disappeared between the trees. Arin listened until the sound of battle faded into the distance. He was alone. Rain began falling through the canopy. At first, only a few drops reached the ravine. Then the sky opened. Water ran across Arin's face and soaked his torn tunic. For a moment, another road appeared inside his memory. Headlights. Cold ground. An injured dog trembling in his arms. Arin laughed once, though nothing was funny. Different world. Same rain. He crawled toward the pouch. Every movement sent pain through his ankle and shoulder. The supplies contained 2 clean bandages, 3 firestones, a small piece of dried meat and a half-empty bottle of water. Enough to survive one night. Perhaps 2. Arin wrapped his ankle tightly. He used the remaining rope to support the joint and forced himself upright with the help of a branch. West. Derek had said the forest boundary was west. Arin looked through the rain. He could no longer see the sun. The trees blocked every direction, and the corrupted stream had twisted the landscape around him. He chose the slope that seemed to descend toward cleaner water. One step. Then another. The rain strengthened. With every drop, the cold pressure beneath the forest became clearer. Black corruption spread through the roots like poison through veins. But somewhere beyond it, a softer presence remained. Weak. Terrified. Calling. Arin stopped. The faint heartbeat from the guild courtyard returned. It came from deeper inside Whisperwood. Northwest. East. Of course. He leaned against the branch. The sensible choice was to find the road. He had almost no food, no weapon worth mentioning and no combat abilities. Whatever waited deeper in the forest might already be dying. That should have made the decision easier. Instead, Arin remembered the Ishfang hound placing its head upon his knee. He remembered the injured dog beneath the rain on earth. Maybe trying to save every creature was foolish. Maybe it was the reason he had died once already. The frightened pulse came again. Weaker this time. Arin turned east. I'm coming. The rain guided him. Drops gathered upon leaves and flowed in thin shining lines toward a hidden hollow. Soft mist covered the ground. Ancient stone lanterns stood beside an overgrown path, each carved with the same crescent tree symbol Arin had seen earlier. The black roots avoided the stones. Not completely, but enough to create a narrow passage. Arin followed it until the forest opened around a ruined shrine. Part of the roof had collapsed. Silver vines covered the walls. A dry fountain stood in the center, shaped like a cloud supporting a crescent moon. The frightened heartbeat came from behind it. Arin moved closer. A low hiss answered. Two turquoise eyes appeared beneath the broken stone. The creature hiding there was small. Fluffy white fur had become gray with mud. A large cloud-like tail curled protectively around its body. Two soft sky blue horns rose between its flattened ears. Black thorns wrapped around one of its hind legs. A dark stain had spread beneath its fur. Arin's breath caught. The creature tried to stand. The thorns tightened. Mist burst from its body, filling the shrine. Arin could barely see his own hands. He lowered the branch and slowly sat upon the wet ground. I won't come closer. A weak growl emerged from the mist. Arin placed the dried meat several steps in front of him. You don't have to trust me. The turquoise eyes remained fixed upon him. I don't trust humans very much today either. For the first time, the creature's growl paused. Then the black roots beneath the ruined fountain moved. They had followed him. A thorn-covered tendril rose behind the small white beast. Arin saw it. The creature did not. He forced himself to stand. The tendril struck. And something ancient opened its eyes inside Arin's soul.